Alright, for the warm-up, I'd like you to pause the video and try these on your own before you look at the rest of the video. So pause now and come back in a second. Okay, now that you've returned, because you really should have tried these on your own, what I'd like you to do is just check your answers, compare them to mine. So the first thing we've got 13 times 5 is what compared to 60? Well, 13 times 5 is 65. So we're saying 65 is what compared to 60? 65 compared to 60, 65 is greater than. For the next one, negative 9 times negative 8 is what to to 45? Negative 9 times negative 8, negative times a negative gives us a positive. So 72 is greater than 45. Next one, negative 5 is what to 12 divided by negative 6? 12 divided by negative 6, that's the same as negative 2. So negative 5 is less than, because it's on the left side of it, negative 2. Negative 45 divided by negative 15 is what to negative 35? Negative 45 divided by negative 15 is positive 3. Negative divided by negative gives you a positive. And positive 3 is greater than negative 35. Alright, so that's it for the warm-up. Let's keep going. Let's talk about the definitions. So today we're talking about, yesterday we talked about addition and subtraction with inequalities. Today we're talking about multiplying and dividing. So multiplying each side of an inequality, just like we did with equations, by a positive number produces an equivalent inequality. However, if we're multiplying each side by a negative number, so I want you to highlight or underline this. So multiplying each side of an inequality by a negative number, you need to reverse the direction of the inequality symbol. So say, for example, if A is less than B and our C value is greater than 0, which means this is positive. Oops, sorry, let me zoom out a second. So if we're multiplying by a positive number, the direction stays the same. If we're doing A times C, it's still going to be less than B times C. However, in the other direction, if A is less than B and C is less than 0, which means C is negative, then A times C is greater than B times C. So again, we multiplied A times a negative, multiplied B times a negative. When we multiply both sides by negative, we got to flip the sign. So it goes from a less than sign to a greater than sign. Let's try that out on an example. So we have m divided by negative 3 is greater than 3 is our current part, and we're going to solve that. So let me write this out a little bit more area down here. So m divided by negative 3 is greater than positive 3. We're going to multiply both sides by that negative 3. So on the left side, the negative 3's cancel out, we're left with just m. On the right side, 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And since we multiplied by a negative number, we need to flip the sign. So we need to flip the sign, so now we read it as m is less than negative 9. Now our number line, you'll notice we don't have any numbers listed there. Really, the nice thing about number lines that don't have numbers on them is we can put whatever we want wherever. So I'm going to put like negative 9 right in the middle. And so this will be negative 8, negative 7. You can keep going, you can keep going. The other direction, negative 10, negative 11, and you can keep going forever. We need to put our circle, our dot, at negative 9. And since it's less than, it doesn't have the equal to, it's going to be an open circle. So remember, if it has the underline, the or equal to part of it, it's going to be a closed circle, but since this is just less than, not less than or equal to, there's no equal to, therefore it's just an open circle. Now if we're going to be less than negative 9, we're going to be going to the right. Sorry, goodness gracious, less than is to the left. So move it to the left. And that's all I'm looking for there.